Three latest hot political updates that are making big waves in Nigeria today, and trust me, you don't want to miss this one. A lot of things are happening recently to the point that a large number of people have already lost hope. But this particular update will open your eyes to some things, and at the end of this video, you will never look at this man with the same eyes again. The first one is what surprised people the most. Babachir Lawal came out and reviewed how Tinubu managed to win the ADC primaries. Take a listen.
Can you confirm to us that you have left the ADC?
Confirmed.
Why did you leave?
First of all, I had issues with the congresses. All along, people were saying that we formed the ADC because of Atiku. And he himself was going about lying to people that it is his party, he founded it. So as the primaries approached, I noticed the strenuous effort the national chairman went through to say that there was a consensus. But each of the three candidates insisted that if there's going to be consensus, it must be him, or no consensus at all. So since we are now all boxed into the corner, the only option left was primary election. Surprisingly, all over the place, Atiku and his people compromised almost everybody, and the results were doctored. And everybody in ADC knows that that primaries was manipulated, was rigged massively, was doctored, the results doctored. Everybody who participated knew it. Now, my worry was that everybody in ADC was behaving as if it is the normal thing to do. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody in ADC was behaving as if it is the normal thing to do. And I was shocked at this behavior because everybody was calling for peace, everybody was calling for... How can you reconcile with a group? How can you reconcile with somebody who deliberately manipulated every other person out? How can you reconcile? On what basis? You cannot reconcile the good and the bad because the result will be bad. And I know Atiku.
Yeah.
I've studied his antecedents. I've known his capabilities. And I realized that his presidency will be worse than Bola Tinubu. And I don't want to enter a situation in which I would regret wishing that I had not worked against Bola Tinubu. I didn't want a situation like that. I just realized that what in Nigeria we need is not available with Atiku leadership.
So, according to that man, Atiku rigged his way into winning the ADC primaries, and just like what Wike said recently, he said if he had known Amechi was going to join Atiku in ADC, he would have stopped it because ADC from the beginning belonged to Atiku. So in short, the people saying Obi was right to leave ADC for NDC, they have a point, because if Obi had stayed and gone into that primary, losing would have been the head of his 2027 ambition completely. He saw it coming and it left before the trap closed. Now, the second update: is it true that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is afraid of the North? Because that is another thing going viral on social media right now. People are genuinely saying he's not only afraid, but is desperately looking for ways to win the hearts of Northerners because they have decided never to support him come 2027.
You have consistently maintained that the opposition is weak and cannot defeat Tinubu.
Yes.
But is there a scenario where you foresee the likelihood of defeating Tinubu among the present candidates?
Yes.
And if let's have your honest assessment among these candidates, the scenario and among these candidates, who you think can pull that surprise?
So if Goodluck Jonathan truly enters the race, which I know he will not, because I know Goodluck Jonathan, he will not enter the race. If Goodluck Jonathan truly enters the race, we will now have 6 major southern candidates running against one northerner. The only people that Tinubu is afraid of in this election is northern Nigeria. He knows that the south is already done and dusted. Even right now that Goodluck Jonathan has not entered the race, Tinubu is still afraid of northern Nigeria. If they have a way, they'll make sure that Atiku is not on the ballot. And if you follow the trend of the last election, Atiku's votes, they purely came from the north. Majority of Atiku's votes came from the north. And even at that, they massively rigged Atiku in the last election. Massively. Go ask around. Ask people that were at the election venues. So if Goodluck Jonathan truly enters the race to further divide southern votes, I see a scenario where if the north are determined, because it's one thing for elections to happen in the north, it's another thing for the north to be determined that there will be no rigging. Because the truth of the matter is, we lie and kid ourselves if we say that they don't rig elections in Nigeria. They rig elections almost everywhere in Nigeria. But the possibility of not rigging election or resisting rigging in the north is higher because the northerners, they have the capacity to stop rigging of elections, especially when they are determined. So if they are truly determined that there will be no rigging of elections, the possibility of Atiku winning the election is very possible, is very high. So in that scenario, then an Atiku can defeat the incumbent. But you see, my analysis of this is inclined and hinged on the fact that maybe if Goodluck Jonathan enters the race.
So, do you agree with Deji Adeyanju about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu being afraid of the North? Let's talk in the comments. And please, you see that subscribe button you have been looking at since, kindly click it and press the notification bell so you don't miss the next update. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Thank you for doing that. You are the real MVP. This is the last update, and after watching it, you will get the answers to the questions you have in your mind before you cast your vote in 2027, because what Ayo Fayose said about Tinubu is somehow. Take a listen.
Quickly, because I have quite a few questions to ask you. In the face of what is going on, we're already approaching the election. We're in the election season in the country today. And you look at it, and those who say, if you say, okay, maybe someone framed up the Oyo situation. What about the situation in Kwara? What about the situation in part of the northeast and northwest region? But it brings to question, just a moment, sir, it brings to the floor the question about the choices that it's going to be before Nigerians. You have a Seyi Makinde, APM presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar of the ADC, and of course Kachiku, Jumabi Kachiku is also there on one hand. You have a candidate like Peter Obi and Kwankwanso in the NDC. And these are going to be a very huge contest. Southwest is going to be a very hugely contested region of the country. And those who will say, Bola Tinubu's and APC's vote are going to be in trouble. Bola Tinubu is your very good friend. Do you see him having a pathway to victory in this election?
Well, Shehu, it's unfortunate that I couldn't address those security issues, but let me go to your question. Shehu, nobody is contesting against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You may not like to hear this. There is a difference between reality and noise in the social media. If the opposition, Atiku, Obi, Kwankwanso, all of them were to be one party against Tinubu, I would say Tinubu will get a run for his money. Tinubu is like every Nigerian leader that I believe in. But let me tell you, the moment that they have NTC, or is NTC or NDC, and they have ADC, initially they were saying Tinubu wants a one-party state. Now there are so many parties. They have destroyed their journey by themselves. You remember that when Obi contested, Atiku contested, Tinubu contested, because it's a major three-horse race. Tinubu had his way. And I'm telling you again, Tinubu will have his way with ease. There's an election coming up in the Southwest. You are asking whether you would not have issues in the Southwest. Let me analyze Southwest for you. I don't mind if you say, Fayose is lying. Very soon we'll see the result. In Ekiti, Tinubu will win landslide. I am there. I didn't hide it. I've told you that is where I am. I am not a member of their party. I care less. Go to Osun election for Tinubu. All parties, either Accordo, either APCO, either PDPO, they are going to work for Tinubu. You may not believe me, but you get the result very soon. Let's go quickly to Ondo State. No governorship election there. Tinubu, which vote will Makinde go and win in Ondo? You understand? It's not possible. Go to Oyo State, where Makinde himself comes from. Makinde is a theater man. He's playing to the gallery. He's playing to the gallery because he must find a way of escape.
Now, Governor Fayose, what would President Bola Tinubu and the APC be telling Nigerians? They are the ones who have something to defend to the Nigerian people.
Yes.
Is it about the economy or security? Or what exactly would they be telling Nigerians for them to, why they should be re-elected? Why do you think that the voting pattern would not change based on the performance and the promises made by the Tinubu government and the APC?
So I would love to know whether you're asking your questions about Southwest or about Nigeria. But in the Southwest,
I'm asking generally about the elections. And I'm saying the options presented to Nigerians. What would the Bola Tinubu candidacy and the APC be telling Nigerians that they needed to be re-elected for?
Let me tell you again, when you contest, what I will say to the people, you will equally be able to show me who my opponents are. Today, of all men contesting, I have yet to see the man that will defeat Asiwaju. In whatever you say, every government has an answer to offer the people. So far, to the best of my knowledge, Asiwaju has done well. Nigeria is in a critical situation. We can't deny that. Buhari left Nigeria in shambles. When you are picking rubbles, or you are picking
what are
the
the
pieces,
indicators to this effect, to your analysis, sir? What are the indicators? When you say Tinubu has done well,
Tinubu has done
what
well.
are the indicators? What would you say? In what area? In what aspect of life?
One of the indicators I will tell you is when you look at his decision to take off the fuel subsidy, he couldn't have done better because it was a racket. It was a racket. His decision to take away the gap between the black market and the ordinary market and the official market. Let me tell you, Shehu, it's the same racket. When you look at it, today the dollar is stabilized. Yes, it's gone up, but it's been brought as far back as like 1,300. It was far beyond that, and every day it gets better. And I want to say to you, not everybody will love Tinubu, and he himself should remember that everybody will not love him. The fact that those who believe in his policies, in his actions, and what he's delivering, we continue to defend him.
Viewers, that is the full picture. Atiku allegedly reached the ADC primaries. Tinubu is reportedly desperate to win back the North, and Fayose says something about Tinubu that you need to hear before 2027. 3 updates, 3 things that will change how you see this man. So let's talk in the comments. Before you go, what do you think? Share your honest opinion in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it everywhere. Let's keep everyone informed about what is going on. Don't forget to subscribe once again in case you have not. I'll see you in my next video.